Nowadays, we are living in the era of artificial intelligence. And when the artificial intelligence is working and modifying almost everything, then definitely audio or the voice is something that is obviously going to be part of it. So nowadays, we are seeing so many frameworks or toolkits which are offering you the kind of automated pre-processing or the sort of pre-processing of your voice or the kind of enhancement features which are supposed to be added to some voice sample. So all these things are possible with the help of obviously the AI-based models. Additionally, the kind of voice data sets which are available. So depending on the context, many times depending on your AI means your specific intelligence, the model is able to sufficiently mold the voice also. So specifically, if we talk about then the voice, the original voice is getting tuned into different ways depending on the kind of context which is going behind the scene. So now in today's video, we are going to specifically talk about this point, which is voice conversion. Voice conversion is nothing but the conversion or the sort of deformation or the, you can say, the kind of accumulation of added information, which is going to enhance the quality of existing audio. So it might be a kind of distorted version or it might be a kind of enhanced version. It depends totally on the kind of AI model that you are using and its training. But definitely, when the original voice is getting converted into any of the form, either enhanced or the distorted, it is going to be termed as voice conversion. It might be done without any AI model also, means naturally the voice gets distorted, or in exceptional cases, it might get enhanced also due to some environmental factors. So that is also a part of voice conversion. But here in this particular video, we are going to specifically talk about AI based or the artificial intelligence based voice conversion, because we do believe that naturally it may happen, but that is not our focus. Technology wise, we are going to convert some sample of voice into another sample of voice, and that is going to be the specific focus. So let's start. Hey there, my name is Rohit Kumar, and today we are going to focus specifically on the voice conversion, which is nothing but a kind of technology which helps to modify the speech of a single user or the kind of speaker into a other form of that particular speech only. Now, when coming to the specific speech, then the sound, its quality, and the kind of wavelength, etc. So many things are there. So all these things are going to be taken into consideration. Then the kind of amplitude, etc. All these things, the kind of model that you are taking, that is gonna take that into consideration. Then gonna enhance in a specific base depending on the kind of modeling process that you have designed behind it. Now coming to the specific definition or the kind of specific features that we are going to talk about, and there are so many related things. The basic introduction of voice conversion, the kind of models which are related to voice conversion, the kind of data sets which are related to voices, means that there are so many voice data sets. All these things are available. So here we are landed with this particular one survey paper, which is gonna offer you the kind of overview of voice conversion and its challenges. And it is starting from the statistical modeling, that is the usual way of doing it, and then it is going up to deep learning. Okay, so it is gonna offer you a kind of full-fledged coverage. So if you are a voice conversion enthusiast, then I recommend you to go through this particular article. And not necessarily, if you are not interested, not recommended by all the experts, obviously. So if you are not interested, you can go to any academic web portal and you can search your own survey paper according to your interest, because it is 2020 paper. And now it's been almost 3 years, a third year is going on. So you can say that it's a kind of outdated paper. You may go for some 2022 or 23 paper if you are interested. Okay. So here they have talked about specifically about the voice conversion. Then they have talked about its different aspects, the kind of related features which are related to voice conversion, the kind of process which is going behind the scene, then the kind of modeling parameters and the different equations which are forming this conversion. Then the system models, offering the kind of statistical modeling and the conversion which is discussed in this particular paper. You can see over here. Then the different sorts of kind of binding and the kind of selection algorithms that they have discussed over here, those are also present. Coming on to the specific deep learning introduction part, so they have given this dedicated section for deep learning for voice conversion, and they have discussed the kind of role deep learning is gonna play in the field of voice conversion. So all these things are different sorts of models with respect to deep learning. All these things they have discussed. Additionally, the kind of data sets which are required, additional few parameters, the kind of pre-processing, etc. These are the sort of things which are gonna get featured. Additionally, if you are interested in more kind of literature, then obviously single paper is not gonna just offer you the kind of all things with respect to a specific domain or field. So I recommend you to go to some more survey papers which are quite latest, additionally specific to the topic, and then you will find additional information. Now we close this and we jump onto some of the related repository, because voice conversion is a popular field and there are so many repositories available at a GitHub. Nowadays, it's a common practice that you go to GitHub, find the kind of related content, then you enhance a kind of incremental research or the kind of incremental performance that you are trying to get from an existing model, because you are not gonna develop your own model. So take some existing model or the kind of toolkit and then build something onto it. So here we have this TTS. So the TTS is nothing but a library for advanced text-to-speech generation, and it is built on the latest research that was designed to achieve the best trade-off among the ease of training, speed, and quality. So there are some pre-trained models which are available here, and the kind of data set measuring tools. So if you are interested, you can just go and try. And they have already used 20 plus languages, so it's good enough. Additionally, the kind of documentation, installation, contribution, and the roadmap, everything is available on this particular page. Considering the model implementation, so different sorts of spectrogram models, end-to-end models, the attention models, speaker encoder, vocoders, voice conversion, etc. So many different models are available. So the kind of depth you can see and you can hope from this particular toolkit is quite wide. Coming to the specific installation, so they have given the dedicated installation steps, and then the synthesizing speech by TTS, the Python API is also discussed over here. Coming to the specific command line TTS, so the different sorts of commands and the kind of related details have been provided over here. Then the directory, basic directory structure with respect to this page is also given over here. So I think all the basic information is given over here. Go through it and get started if you are interested. Moving on to the second one. So second one, we have the ESPNet. Here we have the ESPNet, which is gonna to offer end-to-end speech processing, and it's a toolkit which is available under different repositories, but specifically it's the main repository. And here you are gonna have a kind of tutorial series which is gonna offer you a lot more information, and mainly the information is provided by CMU. So you can move on to the actual CMU website. There you can also find the kind of related links if you're interested. Then otherwise all the related key details are available at this particular page also. Coming on to the specific key features, so they have discussed the automatic speech recognition, and then they have discussed so many different papers which have specifically featured the different parameters, including the hybrid attention models, additional the kind of multitask learning, and there are different sorts of supporting endangered language documentation. So all these things are available here. If you are interested, you can just go and have a search. Then text to speech is discussed with respect to this particular web page, and here they are gonna offer you the TTS related documentation, the kind of speech enhancement, speech translation, and the voice conversion, and the basic understanding point of view. All these things are available over here. Coming to the specific features, so the noisy spoken language is a kind of major issue. Then the multitasking with natural language processing, and the sort of voice synthesis, etc. All these things are different details which are required to get discussed with respect to this particular TTS. With respect to ESPNet. Now coming to the specific details, so the Docker containers you can find over here. Additionally, the users details are also given. If you are interested in some of the related demos, then you can find the related tutorials and demo here at the InterSpeech 2019 tutorial, and then some of the related results as well as the citations they have discussed over here. So usually as an ethical point of view, you should always cite the main papers or the main repositories which are gonna offer you the fundamental things. So that's all with respect to ESPNet. Moving further, we have the another important repository, and in this repository we are gonna have some specific spatial speech recognition and the synthesis papers. So many times it happens that we don't know the existing literature, And even if we do have, then there is so much vast literature, then we get a kind of you can say the kind of suffocation because of so much load onto us, that there is so much literature, how we are going to cope up with it. So it's always recommended to go to some specific curated list of papers or the documentation where you can find the exact categorized and the specific papers which are on you or the offer you the exact details with respect to specific domain or field. So here on this particular page, you are gonna have the same sort of information where you are gonna have the text to audio, automatic speech recognition. Then moving further, we have this particular speaker verification and the voice conversion. So that is our main focus in today's video. So here are the voice conversion papers. Additionally, the synthesis papers also they have covered. Coming to the additional details, so coming down, you will find a lot more information with respect to confidence estimates, then the music modeling, and the interesting papers which are gonna offer you some kind of interdisciplinary research. Now coming to the specific things, so I will tell you that there are so many different papers, because in this list also you might be wondering that there are so many papers. We might be having a curated list, but still it is so long. So how we are gonna start? So my recommendation is just to go to a good survey paper. A good survey paper is offer you the related sufficient information that is gonna obviously quench your thirst about a particular topic, and whenever you are gonna interested in a particular subtopic, then you can dig down further, having a funnel approach, move from a particular direction into another direction, have a wider scope domain, then more specific, and work in a funnel approach. Ultimately, you will land onto the specific subdomain where you are interested with respect to a specific research topic and the related research gap. Moving further, we'll close it and we jump onto another specific GitHub page where we are gonna have some voice data sets, because usually we are talking about deep learning and those sort of things, because the kind of base paper, not base paper I will say, because base papers might be different for different people, but still in this video I showed you one single survey paper that discussed the deep learning, and deep learning is quite popular nowadays. So we need very huge data sets. Additionally, creating your own data sets might be problematic. So why not to go with some additional predefined models and the related data sets. So here we have some of the related audio data sets. Coming to the speech data sets, we have AESDD, around 500 utterances by a diverse group of actors they have discussed, then ANAD, then more than 1300 recordings by multiple speakers. Then the Arabic speech corpus, ASR data sets, Audionist, then the awesome diarization, then Bevid, Cafe, Common Voice, Chime, Cosvara, CMU, Mossy, etc. So many models as well as the kind of related data sets that they have given over here. Additionally, if you are interested in learning more, then there are so many related links over here. If you are gonna ask something or you wanna submit some feedback, then you may also mail the related authorities. So that's all from my side. Hope you must have liked the video. Definitely there are so many different models, there are so many different data sets, so many different papers are available with respect to this particular domain also. So might not be easy for you to digest all the related information at once, but obviously researcher takes time. So do take your time and don't worry, slowly you will learn the kind of basics and then it will be a cakewalk for you. So hope the video must have helped you in some way. If you didn't like anything, please do comment below and criticize it. We'll happy to learn your kind of reviews. Thanks for watching. Happy learning.